at the Meri Atelier, and it is Friday evening, May the 3rd. Can you believe it that it's May the 3rd already? Now, I want to say we are expecting some storms tonight, but I think they'll be in the wee hours of the morning. But if they come earlier, I may have to go offline. Just a heads up on that. So, welcome to my desk. I know I haven't been streaming much this week. I just was tired. But I'm back, and we're going to do miscellaneous things tonight. Hi, Angie. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Sharon. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to start out. I have a bit of a thrift haul. It's not a big one. It's been sitting here for a couple days. I haven't even been in here. Here's little Derwin, the little dragon that Becky gave me. Her sister made this with a 3D printer. I think it's so cool. I was going to order one, but she beat me to it. She beat me to it. So thank you, Becky, for my little 2024 dragon. This is the year of the dragon. Let me get out here to my live stream and welcome folks in when they come in. I may be a little more chatty tonight because I really, I have postcards that I need to finish up. I'm not going to do any more until I get these done. There's 4 of them. And this one was the one that I made, and I had the giveaway already. So I need to finish these. I wanted to work on some ATCs. I have a thrift haul. I have various things to work on. Hi, Pam. Welcome in. Hi, Sharon and Angie. Welcome. Mary, I had to get a snack before you came on. You know I have to eat when you all are on. We had pizza tonight, but let me tell you, it was frozen pizza, and it really wasn't all that good. I think I make better pizza, and I think I make better salads. So while folks are coming in, I have this black shirt. It's been washed, and I'm going to deconstruct it because I really don't have any solid black fabric. And this is a nice, fairly nice shirt. I think this is some sort of a logo. I'm not sure what that stands for. It looks like, I don't know, something DR, TDR, TCR. I'm not sure what this is, but I thought I would deconstruct this as we're kind of waiting for folks to come in. Hi, Sharon, Joyce. Welcome in, Joyce. I just learned watching the replays that Becky is doing she's revisiting her crochet along. And I followed her the last time, but I don't know. I'm involved in so much, and I don't know. I'd like to follow her this time. She's doing strips, and I think Joyce is following her. She's crocheting like a crib blanket, I think she said. And if I do anything, I might just do little squares again, because I'm probably already behind. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about what did I do with those little scissors? I had them out earlier. Here they are. About whether or not I pull threads. If I cut and have a hole, I didn't. It's kind of hard to see. I'm cutting the tag off here. But this is all going to be used in slow stitch. So if I get holes, well, I'll work around them. And I cut the tag rather than the thread. Here, I don't know if it's black, so I can't see too much. I'll work with that later. But I'm going to cut the collar off, and if I can tear it, I will. Yeah, no, I'm still in the thick part here. Is it tearing the way? No, it's tearing down. Well, we're going to let it keep going across. It's going across to the shoulder seam, I think. There. And I'll have a strip here that I think I'm going to have to cut some of this. And that's okay, because I'll use it in my... I was out on the front porch today, slow stitching. I'm just kind of working. I'll show you my page, the pocket page. K3N did a pocket for her 2024. I think she's on week 18. And she was telling about this book, and I ordered the book. I can't wait to get the book. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Linda. You made Angie says, I made a mushroom today. It's so cute, if I say so myself, and I'm the one who doesn't like my work. Well, yay, Angie, good for you. What'd you make the mushroom out of? Brenda says, I'm still working on decluttering and organizing. That's just, I never get decluttered. I was thinking about going to a garage sale this weekend, but no, I don't think I will. Our lawn needs to be mowed. We've had so much rain here, which is a good thing because we certainly need the rain. But I mowed and it immediately rained the next day. And there's rain forecast for tonight. The weekend isn't going to be bad, but if I get out there and mow, we've got rain predicted for Monday. So I may wait till Tuesday or Wednesday to mow, and I might need a combine. I might need a combine. It's already long out there. Our neighbors have riding mowers. Well, the guy across the street, the teacher across the street, he pushes a lawnmower. But all the other neighbors have riding mowers. Do I want to leave this on or take the collar? I think I'm going to take the collar off because this is fairly thick here. It's doubled. And of course it's dark and I can't see much of what I'm doing. But I always want solid black, and I don't have any solid black. I've got some printed black cotton prints now. And this is a nice cotton. It's really kind of a shame to cut this up because I could wear it, but the arms don't fit me like I care. And I'm going to cut off all the buttons. I'll keep those. And here's the collar. See, and I could open this up if I wanted. I think it's got interfacing in it. Yeah, it does. Is that ironed on? Or is it just, no, it's not good. I can rip that out. Well, I might want it, though. I'm going to leave it for now. I might want a nice interfaced piece. I never know what she's going to do next. And let's see. Let's cut the armholes out. The armholes are pretty nice, but see, the sleeves are only 3/4 length. And they don't have buttons on them. They turn up like that. So, what'd you do tonight? I watched Meri cut up a blouse. Can I rip this? I can. I'm just ripping the side seam. Oops. Except for where I got to a certain point here that was reinforced, it looks like. I don't know why they, is that, it's not at the armhole yet. You're seeing my silver hair. Why is that reinforced there? Looks like somebody came in and did something to it. Wait, that's a sleeve. Oh, well, I'm going to let it go its way. Where's the sleeve? I lost it. Here. Let's see if I can rip the seam with the sleeve here. And I got to get it started. Where is it at? It's right here. Because I can't see, because it's, and I thought I had an overhead light, and I was going to set it up here just a few days ago, and it turned out to be a phone stand. And I thought I ordered an overhead light, so I don't have lighting up above like I'd like. Okay. So there's one piece. That's not the sleeve, that's a front piece. We'll come back to that. I got the sleeve on my sleeve. See, it's only a 3/4 inch sleeve. My elbow is, well, I can't show you. My elbow comes right about to here. Now, let's see if I can open up this sleeve. Yeah, looks like it's reinforced here. No, that's just extra. Did Karen come in? Brenda's here. Did I miss Karen? Karen K. Hi, Karen. Hi, Pam. Sharon Lombard's here. She says, frozen pizza, my husband keeps buying it. Ugh. Yeah, I don't care. I think my pizza far exceeds their. And we buy the DiGiorno, and the DiGiorno, not the DiGiorno, the Screamin' Pizzeria pizza, and it's usually pretty good, but boy, I'll tell you, tonight it tasted bad. I don't know if they changed their way. Now the cuff is pretty much doubled here, so I might treat it like I did the collar. Let's just cut this. Here's the cuff. But let's get it off of the shirt first. Right here. And I'd like to be able just to open that seam up, but it's hard to see it in the dark. And it's black fabric. And that's what I meant by being in the dark. There's a seam right here. Right in here. So I've been pretty lax with my streaming this past week. I'll try to get back into it next week. I've been thinking about cutting down on my hours because, and then I go, no, I'm not sure I want to do that. Because I like to stream, but I'll tell you, I struggle. It tore down across the, but I'm going to let it tear where it won't. No, I don't think I will, because it's not going to tear the way. Here's where it should be tearing. I think I'm going to have to cut it. Got a lot of gray hairs. Shows up on this black. I look good in black with my white hair, but boy, I'll tell you, the black, when you shed hair like a cat, the black shows it off. All right, we'll come back to that piece. And what do we have here? I think this is the back. It's fairly big. And we're over to the other sleeve over here and the other front seam in here. Boy, it's got a lot of strings on it. Angie, Karen, Linda, Sharon, Brenda. Angie said she made a mushroom. Brenda says, I'm still working on decluttering. Angie said, I made the mushroom out of a bowl and cup. Oh, I'll bet that was cute. Because I could see the bowl would be face down and the cup, yeah, I could see that as a mushroom. Beth Schuler. Hi, Beth. She says, Mary, Mary, Mary. Beth, Beth, Beth. Thanks for popping in, Beth. Beth is in her 5th year of YouTube. Where's my scissors? In March was her 5-year anniversary, but she's still in her 5th year. I'm in my 10th year. But I'll tell you, my YouTube experiences, 10th year has pretty much been a, I don't know. I'm just kind of zonked out, I guess you could say. Now I'm at the shoulder, let's see if I can, no, I think I'm going to have to cut this sleeve out because it'll tear across the fabric instead of going. Once I get it into pieces, then I can figure it out better. And it's okay if you're going to use this for slow stitch, which I am. It's okay to cut. You can tear after you get it all deconstructed. I do have a bit of a thrift haul, and I thought I'd make some ATCs tonight, maybe work on those postcards. I don't know. I'd like to do something a little different tonight, though, because I haven't been on what's different. Yeah. I've been tatting. I've been slow stitching. I'll show you where I am on my slow stitch. I don't want to stitch. When I stitch online, because it's called slow stitch for a reason. It's slow. And I think it's pretty tedious to watch. You know, when you're like sitting out on the front porch stitching. It was windy out there today. It was windy. This needs to be cut. So I think this is the other front piece. Guess the buttonholes are over, and boy, I got a lot of hairs on it. So we'll come back to that. And I need to get this other arm out. And that's over. This is one arm. Hold on, this is the one I need to cut the cuff out of it and open it up. We'll do that, but I need to get the other one out of the shirt. Where is it? It's over here. It's over here. It's almost out. Oh, that's going pretty good. Might have to cut the end of it here. And I'm ripping this up because it was a thrift store purchase. So, and I probably got it on a day that they had a discount on clothing. So I don't think I paid over $1.50 for it. They charge $3.50 for their tops. Okay, this is the back, and see there's a lot of fabric in there. And I'm just gonna, it's been washed. In fact, I've washed it several times since because I've worn it. But I decided I wanted to cut it up because I want black. So this, I can just fold up and it'll be in my fabric. And we'll just put it up here for now. These labels, this one I can't. Well, I could. I found if I fold them this way, when the blank side out and just stitch, it makes a nice little tab. I might save those just to save them. Got a thread hanging. Brenda says, I'm still working on decluttering. My biggest accomplishment today was getting the plants I brought in for the winter back out to the porch. I don't think I brought any plants in this. I did last year, but I didn't bring any in, so they're pretty much... I did buy some plants. I'm waiting for it. I have to tell you, I usually shop at Menards because they usually do a pretty good job of taking care of their plants, but I was so disappointed when I went there because the tomatoes were drying up, the leaves were curling, and and they were asking full price, and I just was disappointed in them. I didn't buy them. I went to Earl May, and Earl May charges... Where'd that button go? Well, it bounced around here someplace. Can't see it. Oh, it's over here. Where's that other one? Right there. So I went to Earl May. My brother wanted celebrity tomatoes. And so I bought them at Earl May. And I bought a couple zucchini and a pepper and a basil plant for me. And then I bought a container, probably paid more than I should, of mother and hens because they don't require much care. And they're in a nice little container where it's kind of a nice little setup. I bought some petunias to hang off of the shepherd's hooks and a fern plant and some candy stripe petunias because they did really good last year. I'm getting off here because I can't see where I'm going. And I bought those and a couple daisy, and that's all I got. And I don't think I can get any more for a couple weeks. And, you know, the middle of May, plants are pretty well picked over in this part of the world. But it's been so cold, and it's still kind of cold out. We've got these cold systems coming down from Canada. Let's see if I can open this seam. Well, I've got it open, but not very far. It's kind of hard. I can't see anything with this black. Let's see if that's enough to rip on it. That's good. Good. There we go. So there's a lot of fabric in there. This is where the sleeve went. It's kind of got a double piece in there, but I'm going to leave it for now. Or the cuff, not the sleeve, the cuff. The entire thing is the sleeve. So we're just going to fold that up. That'll be another piece. You know, and sometimes when you slow stitch for my journal pages are only 4 by 7. So I've got plenty. In fact, I might make larger pages. I don't know if I want to or not. I could do it out of the back, I guess. Yeah. Brenda says, it's doing fairly well. I wanted it done, and I'm doing by 7 p.m. tomorrow. With what I want to be done with what I'm doing by 7 p.m. tomorrow. I might make it. If not, I'll work on it after church on Sunday. Yeah, I need to get out and mow, but I'm not going to mow. And this is the front piece with the buttonholes. And I'm just going to leave the buttonholes for now. Who knows? I might want buttonholes. I might want some, so I'm just going to fold this piece up. That's a lot of fabric there for slow stitching. So there's another piece, and this is the other sleeve that needs to have the cuff taken off. And what? It's stitched together here. No button, it's just stitched. Oh, there is a button. Boy, it's hidden in there. Get my scissors in there. And should unbutton it. There we go. And let's just cut that off. I shed like a cat. This is all my hair. Not from tonight. No, that's tearing the wrong way. Darn it. Excuse me. But darn it. Didn't want it to tear that way. Now, K3N says she doesn't buy new fabric. But I will buy fabric. I'll buy fat quarters. I don't, unless I really, really like the fabric, like that tape measure fabric. And if I really like it, I'll buy a yard. But I don't buy fabric to quilt with. And I buy used fabric at the thrift store. In fact, I got some that I'm going to take out tonight when I do my thrift haul. And, you know, I do tear up old clothes. Now, this was not originally my blouse. This was one I got at the thrift. So there are the cuffs. And this is the sleeve. I think it's pretty well deconstructed. Here's where I tore it. That I could probably just continue tearing if I wanted a piece. But I don't want a piece tonight. So we'll just fold that up. And this is the front piece with the buttons on it, and I am going to take the buttons off. Whew, I'm going to turn that fan toward me. I got the little fan on, but it's pointed away from me. And it gets warm in here. I don't think my brother's turned the furnace off. Let me flip it toward me. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. So I'm going to take off buttons here. There's one on an extra one that they give you. Here. And I'm just cutting, if I cut the fabric, I haven't been cutting the fabric yet, I'm just cutting the thread. But sometimes I cut the fabric unintentionally, but 2, 3, and I'm only going to be on until 10 tonight. I'm just tired. I'm not going to do a marathon. I'm not going to be on until 3 o'clock in the morning, which I think is when our storms are going to happen. I was looking at the radar, and it looks really like it's going to be turbulent around 2 a.m. this, and I'll probably still be up, but I won't be streaming. All right, so I can fold this up. This has got a lot. This looks like it has a stain there. It's probably why it's at the thrift store, or maybe I did it when I was arting. I do tend to stain my I buy these because that's what happens when I art and work around the house. So I don't like wearing good clothes. So I've got this piece and this piece and the cuffs. I got all of these. So that's a nice set of black fabric. And then I got these little pieces here. So there we go. There's that. I'm going to put it behind me. I'll show you my pocket that I made. I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out really good. I was up late working on this last night. I was showing my brother what he said. What am I going to do with all that stuff if something happens to you? I just giggled. I know what'll happen. He'll probably take it to Goodwill, but it may end up in places where I don't want to see, but I'll be moved on to my glory. So, okay, this is my fabric journal, and I was showing him how I have different colors here. White, yellow, blue, pink. And I was telling him I want some green. And I could do some black. Some of that black could be some of these signatures. And then I have some paper. And this is the color chart log cabin. And I got a couple more of these log cabin squares. I might work on that, cutting it up tonight and setting it. I'm doing 4.5, about 4.5. Well, that's 4. No, it's 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 by 1, 2, 3, 4.5 squares. And I've got about 3 this size. I cut these off of the original one. I might find them here somewhere. They're here. I'm going to get them all together. I got the rose and the paper and fabric. And then she did a weaving one this week. I haven't done my wonky Wednesday. So this is my journal, my stitch journal so far. And I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to kind of page. Whoops, this has got a... Is that all one? Yeah, that's okay. This is coming out. This is the Trixie fabric, so it's Trixie. I'm just going to tuck it in there. A ribbon. It needs to go in there further. It's coming out. It's stitched, but this end is made to pull out because it's got an elephant on it. And it should be tucked. I'm going to tuck it way in here. It should be tucked in another place. Maybe I'll put a pin there. Well, I'm going to leave it for now. And I'm getting down to this week's. So I'm really happy with how this, because this really is my 2024 journal. I do have paper that I'm going to compile into a journal, but this is my main journal for 2024. And I'll tell you, she releases her videos on Monday mornings, and it takes me almost all week to complete the pages, because I have to find the fabric and figure out the pattern and do the, cut it and measure it. And now this one is not something she did. This piece I did. The piece that I sent off to Allie K, I said I was going to do something similar, but I put it in here because I worked pretty hard on that. And this is hers again. I like following her because I learned things from her. We did the solar eclipse. And I'm going to put these are buttons. I'm going to put one of these, the moon and the star, down in here. And I just set it there. And this is the earth, our home, the earth. And she represented the land with the brown and the water with the blue. And then this is the pocket. This is the pocket. And let me take it out and show it to you. I made this out of the doily that I had over my in and out basket, and it had holes in it. Well, it had these two, or these two, and no, I made that one. It had these two holes in it, right here. Not that. That's a piece of rose fabric that I also put on this. This is a laundry pin here, and I just put a little rose fabric over it. I glued it on, and I glued this. This I got from Wendy, this pink cameo. I got it in that little jar of bits and bops, but it fit right on here. And this is the lace that was on the doily. It was just a part of wider lace. And then this was just a bracelet I had, and it clamped shut, so I just stitched it and let it hang. I've got a piece of my tatting. She did an eyelet stitch. I did a little flat fabric cluster, and I had a little white piece that was an eyelet, and then I just stitched around it. And this is just a fabric cluster. This is a safety pin holding some charms. And yeah, then it opens up. I did the blank stitch. This is kind of following her basic pattern. Hers is more oval than mine, but I had to make mine to fit my journal. And I'm going to put a little brown mouse in there because she talked about the persnickety mouse. She in there looking at our, and you can kind of see it in there, a little of it, the backstory, the stitching on the back. And she talked about that in her stream. So I stitched a little brown mouse, and he's on the cover. So I'm going to stitch another little brown mouse and put in there. He'll be the persnickety mouse. I thought I'd put a piece of tatting, maybe an ATC or something to represent my art journaling, and maybe some coins, some tatting, because I'm really concentrating on tatting too. And so that's kind of, I'm really proud of it. This is the back. It's just a piece of rose-colored fabric, and then the back is going to be stitched down, so this in here isn't going to matter because it's going to be stitched in. The pocket's going to be stitched in the journal, but you'll be able to reach in there and say hello to the little brown mouse. And I think he'll stay in there pretty good because this closes pretty tight. It's just a pocket. So I'm really enjoying doing these. I don't know what's next, but I'm working on the blue signature now. So that goes like that. And I need to go through and write down things from each of her videos. That's what I meant to do on the paper here. And so there I am. So that's my slow stitch. And I worked pretty hard on it this week. I started it, because, what did we do Monday? We did something on Monday. Something for my brother, I can't remember. But I couldn't work on it on Monday. Did I mow the lawn Monday? No. I think I mowed the lawn Tuesday. I went to town on Wednesday. I started it on Tuesday and I didn't finish it, that little pocket, until last night. And then I've been working on these pieces. That's just more or less, you've seen them before. Let me get them out here. You've seen these before. This one I did quite a bit on today, but I'm going to divide it into 4 pieces. They'll eventually wind up for giveaway. And so I'm going to divide it right in here. And you probably can't see, you can see that there are some stitches in here, but I'm going to do that same. I'm going to go over it in little white stitches coming this way, and then I've got a red stitch. I've got blue going this way and a red row going that way, and then blue kind of rows, but they'll show up more when I get the white on there. But I worked on that this afternoon out in the, you can kind of see what's going on this side in here. I worked on this out on, and it takes me a while to do all this. It takes a while. And see, there's a division in here. There is a division in here where I can cut it, and I'll give this away. This one's almost done. I might put some fabric buttons on here, but I'm not going to make a needle case out of it. It's just going to, if I give it away, it'll be a giveaway piece like this. And the back is pretty, just running stitches, pretty simple on the back. But the little owls and I think this is pretty cool in here. I like how this turned out. I'll tell you, this would make a really nice, it's my needle. This would make a really nice journal with a wraparound. And I might do another one like that for me, just to hold those log cabin pieces. But I said I was going to do this one for giveaway, so that's what this is going for. And there'll be 4. This will be a strip. This owl will be a strip. This one, I'm going to do something else because it really doesn't have much. Actually, what I could do is make this wider, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to end it there. And I'm going to find another piece. It's got the heart there, but it's not really, let's see, it starts, this one ends here, so it goes from here to here. So it's fairly wide, but it needs another focal point like the little owls, and I only had 3 little owls left, 3 little sets. And this one's got the flower, and it really needs a focal point other than the flower, so I might have to find a couple little pieces to go on here. But I've got a while before I get there. So I've been working on this today out on the front porch. I was only out there a couple hours. And then this one is the same as when I last showed it to you. This one will be for giveaway. I'm going to make a needle book out of it, and I got sidetracked on it because I'm going to take this red piece off and sew a pocket on here and here. But it will also have the cotton batting in here. I think I'm going to have to trim these down just a little because they peek out. But we can do that. That isn't going to hurt it. See, when I fold it, it kind of peeks out. Not too bad. Not too bad, but by the time I get fabric in there. But this is going to be a needle book, and I'm going to give this away in one of my morning streams. I'm not going to say when. It will be when I finish it. I'm sewing a round button for here and a heart-shaped button for here. And I'm going to have a fabric pocket in here, and I'll probably get some needles, and I'm going to make it very much like Ruth did hers, and a piece of fabric in here and maybe in here. Just that white tape measure fabric. But this will be for giveaway when I get it done. It may be, well, I'm not going to say when it'll be because it'll be when it is. But I keep this with it. I'm going to put this in between these. Red embroidery thread goes with it. This, I've got to work on this. This is going to be the backstory piece. And that's a little lamb. And I'm doing French knots. And he's on a hill. And there's a bird up here. And a butterfly and flowers. And more hills. But, yeah. I got to work on him. And then this is the piece that I'm making, I'm cutting out pieces for buttons. And I'm just stitching it as I go. I mean, I basted all of it down. But when I cut out a button, then I do the stitching on the button. So this is kind of a working piece. And then I worked on this piece this afternoon. I've got it all basted down. Now I'm going in, I got all the edges basted down. Now I'm going in and basting down all the little pieces. And that takes some time. You can probably see where I've worked up in here and over in here. I worked on that this afternoon. So there's where I am on my slow stitching. Because I do other things too, rather than just slow stitch. You know, I kind of, and I got pins in here, so I'm just going to put it like that. So there's my progress on the slow stitch. Let me come out and look at chat. I need to work on the cover because December will be here and I won't have my cover down. I'm still up to where Beth came in. Let me reset everything. Hi, Mina. Welcome in, Mina. Hi, Katia. Yeah, I've been tatting. Katia, I have two things that Katia taught us in the last tatting class is how to add another piece and hide your tails. She taught us that, how to add more thread. And what was the other thing you taught us? I got to think because I practiced it. We're still on the true ring. She talked about what way that the true rings close, whether you want to do a normal join or a folded join. So we reviewed that, and I tatted the little 4-piece center one, not so much because I was trying to do what you were doing, but I was just using up extra thread, and I tatted 4 little rings and made them into a square. And then I did a piece, 1 ring coming up here. In fact, it's on my pocket that I showed you earlier. I just, because it was a little square, I turned and made a diamond out of it and let that piece that went up there, I ran out of thread. So we reviewed the folded join. She taught us something else. I'd have to get my notes out because there were several things I wanted to review. So I'm learning a lot with the tatting. Look at all these buttons. I'm scattering them all around. I found 3 of them. I guess they fell off over here. There weren't a lot of buttons on that blouse. I'm going to put them in my drawer here because I guess I've got 6 of them. And that's, well, no, there's a couple more over here. Got one? No, here. Here. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. I'm going to put them in the drawer here in a little tray part so they won't scatter around. Mina says hi. Sharon's here. Katia's here. Sharon says crap. Never up at that time. I'm Pacific time. What time? Brenda says, I told her to do today's tomorrow and I will make a video check-in. Funny getting fussed by someone 1,900 miles away. Online PT just sent me a message saying I didn't do my physical therapy today. Check exercises off and they're checking and they're closing in less than 30 minutes. She's in California. You missed your physical therapy, Brenda. Joyce is here. Allie K popped in. Hi, Allie K. Brenda says, I've got some tomato plants that I need to get potted and a few flowers that I've been waiting for the storms we've been having. Yeah, that's it with me, too. I haven't planted mine. Of course, I got them on Wednesday, and I bought them on most of the plants at Earl May. I did buy the petunias at Menards. I was picky, though. Usually Menards do a really good job with their plants, but something happened this year because either that or I wasn't feeling like buying plants. But their annuals did not look good. It doesn't look like anybody's taking care of them. Now, maybe that's me, but usually when I go there, in the past years, I've had to jump over water hoses and everything else, and no water hoses out to jump over, and that kind of concerns me. Earl May does a really good job of taking care of their plants, but also they charge more. But I found the celebrity tomato plants that my brother wanted. He asked me where I got them, And I told him, I said I wasn't going to buy the Menards. Well, Menards didn't have celebrity. I said I had to go to Earl May. And he said, oh, I got to give you more money. And I told him, no, you plant them and I'll eat them. Let's see, Karen's here. Angie said, Mary, I think they all went to take an Angie nap. That's up higher. Beth, she says she's up to 985 subs. So if you have not subbed to Beth Schuler or watched her, Beth does a lot of art games on her channel. She does a lot of projects on her channel that people like to follow along. So go check out Beth Schuler. Hi, Lucia. Lucia has a greenhouse. How's your garden growing, Lucia? Katia says, I'm glad to hear that you enjoy the class, Mary. I've been in bed since that class. Really? Restricted to bed? Really? Well, I hope you're okay, Katia. That if you have to miss a class, we all understand. We understand. You take care of yourself first. And I tell Arlene that too. She'll message me and say, and usually it's on a day that I wasn't planning on streaming anyway, but she'll message me and tell me that she's not going to come in on that morning. And I tell her, Arlene, you take care of yourself first. It's very important to take care of you first. And that's kind of why I haven't streamed this week. I have to tell you guys, I turned over and went right back to sleep this morning. I have a hard time falling asleep at night. I'm a night owl. I've been a night owl all my life, but sometimes it's hard to go to sleep at 2 and wake up at 6. Lycia says, I'm still working on cleaning out my raised beds. They're full of weeds. Yeah, I'm afraid our garden, if we don't get out there and till, we've had so much rain, we can't till because the ground is wet. So, but I looked out there just right before I came here and I go, oh, that garden has a lot of weeds in it already. And I'm the one who does the weeding, you know. We hope that you're okay, Katia. Okay, let's move on to my thrift haul. And since the fabric is right here, I have to tell you guys, though, I was not a good person this week. I went to Pearl Brown's sale. I already had a tab going with her from their last sale, but she had a sale on Thursday, and she sold linens and stuff like that. And Wendy had a sale, and I like things that Wendy and Pearl both sold together on Thursday. And I probably bought more than what I should have. I bought a lot of fabric, but this is from the thrift store. This is a tablecloth, and it's a white one like those blue ones. It's kind of a linen. It's not it's a tablecloth linen, and it's a big one, and I'll use it in my slow stitch. I'm going to have enough fabric to slow stitch journals till the cows come home. But I might do a little eco dyeing with this, eco print. I think I got some sheets from Pearl, but Pearl sheets, I tell you, Pearl has a thing for roses. She says, I'm going to sell sheets, and they're all roses. Blue roses and pink roses and yellow roses, and I've got plenty of rose sheets, and I bought some more from her. I'm helping her out there. She's emptying bins from her storage. She just moved and she's trying to sell stuff, and I am really after fabrics, but I certainly have enough. Penelope, I'm going to put you over here. I certainly, and then I get fabric at the thrift store, and if I like fat quarters and stuff, I will buy them from the quilt store. This is some red felt. It's either felt or wool, or it's wool that's been felted. And let's get the tape off of it. And of course you can see, not as bad on here. But I'm with Becky on, I wish they wouldn't tape it. And I think this is felt. I don't know, it could be wool. I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. And then they had several of these packets of, and I certainly don't need more denim pieces, but I bought some denim. This was a $4 package. They had more expensive packages. I bought the cheapest I could find. Let's see if I can get this opened here. I might have to cut it. It starts over here. I'll just turn the tape under. So I'd like to save the bag. I did it up nice. But what attracted me to this was not so much this, but this. The already patched denim pieces here. And let me tip my camera just a little. See what that does. And of course it's stapled where it isn't taped. Ado Annie. Allie K, can you see me? Allie says, hi, it's ADE. I'll call you Annie. I'll call you Annie because I can pronounce Annie, I think. Get this staple out of here. Welcome in. Linda says, is there anything I can do, Rain Girly? Did Rain Girly come in here? Is Lori in here? Did I miss Lori? Mary, look at ADE message. Look at Annie's message. Hi, Mary. Oh, this is Rain Girl. I can't chat as I'm blocked. I unblocked you, Rain Girl. Are you blocked again? How do you get blocked? You are not blocked. I can't check now, but I'll check after the stream. Annie, Rain Girl. I'll check after the ring. I did check her, and she was blocked. And, you know, it was probably a mistake. We all do it. And she was blocked, and I unblocked her, and I checked it 3 or 4 times to make sure she wasn't on the block list anymore. And I made sure that she was not on the block list. Now, if somehow you keep getting blocked, I'm going to have to figure that out. But thanks for coming in as Annie, and we'll figure it out, Rain Girl. You certainly didn't do anything to get blocked. That is, something's going on there. And it's probably a mistake. We all do that. It's easy, especially if you're on a phone, it's easy to block people. Because what happens is you're going to go do something, and sometimes you hit the wrong key, and it happens so fast that it asks you if you want to block that person, and you think you're doing something else, and that's how they get blocked. So that's happened to me, and it's happened to me in other people's streams too. And I certainly had no reason to block anyone. So we'll check it out. I'll check it out again after chat. Rain Girl. I don't know why you're blocked, but I know you were, and I know I took you off, and I know I checked it several times. And there was another person that was having trouble. Can't remember. Oh, it was Oh, I can't remember her name now. I kept asking her to send me her. She won a postcard, and she wanted a sparrow. And I can't remember who it was now. I got it written down, but I kept asking her to send me her address, because I can't send her anything if I don't have an address. And she emailed me and said all of her messages were deleted. And I'm going, huh? And I know I had trouble finding her during the chat, because I kept looking for her reply when I was talking to her about the postcard. I said, do you want the red parrot or do you want a sparrow? And then when she emailed me, and she sent me quite a message saying that she had been blocked, and she wasn't. I checked 3 or 4 times and she wasn't blocked. And I went out to the stream and I found her chat in the stream. And I messaged her and I showed her the chat where I found it, but I never heard back from her. So she was disgusted. And I'm sorry, you guys, if that happens to you. Most of the time it happens in error. And this looks like it's been stitched by a machine. It's been machine stitched together, but that will make a nice, this will be fun to play with for slow stitch. And here's another piece and a smaller piece here. This would actually be fun to make a journal cover out of. So I bought this denim for that purpose, and then this is just regular denim. And we'll be using, I like something like this. This make a nice journal cover if you didn't want to wrap around. So there's that, and I like the lighter color denims too. And this is actually more of a wash denim, and it's thinner and it's easier to stitch through. So there are those pieces. So I got that at the thrift store. Fabric, and then, let's see, I bought this embroidered doily because I couldn't just leave it there because it has pretty little. And what I think I'm going to do is start stitching, documenting. Like I said, I need to go back, and I think I did it for the very first page, community and date. But on each one of these, and there are several of these on this piece, and I think I bought, oh, this is printed. This is not embroidered. This is liquid embroidery. I don't know if I want to use that unless I stitch over it with thread. This would be fun to do for the backstory, but this is not, I didn't notice that when I bought this. I wouldn't have bought it. This is liquid embroidery. This is not stitching. I could stitch over it, or I could use it for something. But I want to do little documentation pieces. And here's some green, they just call it fabric. I think this is a linen. It's not burlap. I think this is an even weave. And it is green. Let me open this. It's not burlap, because I know burlap. I think this is a nice, and if that's the case, this is worth more than what I pay. $1.50 for this. If you try to go to a needlework store and buy this at a needlework store, you're paying a pretty penny for it. Let me open it up so I can get a better look. It's got a, no, that's just thread. Yeah, I think this is a nice needlework even weave. I won't call it a linen. It's not a linen. It's an even weave. This is a nice piece. You could cross stitch on this, but I'll probably do slow stitching on it. This is the green that I could use for my pages, to tell you the truth. There's a lot in here, and I only need 2 sheets for 4 pages. All right, so that is that. No, there's one more piece in here. Oh no, these are napkins. I bought some because they were pretty and they only cost me, well, they cost me $1. But these are pretty napkins. And so those will go with my napkin stash. And I got a couple of little pieces here. This is black. This cost me 50 cents and I bought it because it was black. I said, black. I don't see much black fabric on the shelves where I'm thrifting. And it's just it's black or purple. I think it might be purple. I think it's a pillowcase. No, it's not a pillowcase. It's just a cotton. It's purple. It's not black. It looks blue to you guys, but it's purple. It looks blue in my tablet, but it's a pretty purple, dark purple color. And here's some green cotton. This, I got it at the thrift store, but this is actually dollar store. And they charged me 50 cents for it. Because this is Dollar Tree fabric. But I didn't buy it at Dollar Tree. I bought it at the thrift. I got it for 50 cents. I saved 75 cents. Well, where did I cut it? It went right back in. Come on. They taped it. I might have cut that when I didn't want to. I made a slit in that fabric where I didn't want. But I'll use it for... It's hard to get this stuff off. I made a slit someplace in here. Right in here, I think. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't see any. Oh no, over here maybe. No, I guess I didn't. I'm okay. But this would work for my slow stitching too. This Dollar Tree fabric. I'm gonna see if I can't fold it the other way. Not roll it, fold it. So I'm gonna have me a nice little fabric stash. I gotta quit buying it or it'll be coming out my ears. And let's see. I've got another package here. I bought a couple tops. Oh, I bought a pair of sunglasses because they're the dark ones with they're the kind that you get when you have cataract surgery, and I like to wear these when I drive. So I'm going to put those out in the other room. And I got a couple tops. These will be washed. I got a gray one, t-shirt type t-shirt. And I like to wear these. No, it's not a t-shirt, it's a regular shirt. $3.50 that I'd pay for them. Unless they have 50% off, then they're only $1.50. And I got a red, kind of a knit one. Let me tear the tag off. A pink one. But I like to wear them around the house, because if I get messy, I'll throw these in the wash. They'll go out in the other room. And let's see, I've got a couple of other things in here. Oh, one other thing. Yeah. I didn't know what these were, and she didn't either. The clerk didn't either, so I'm going to open them up and see. I paid $1.50, and I think they're just note cards. But I'm going to see what kind of papers. She didn't open them up for me. I said, what are these? And she did her guessing game as much as me. And I guess I'm going to have to cut it. It looks like they've never been opened. It looks like they come from the store, from Amazon. A product of Germany, 4J something something. So they're made in Germany. They've never been opened. They're probably got them on Amazon. So the packing has probably kept them pretty nice. And let's see what they are. Oh, they might be photo. They're glossy. Photo sheets is what they are, and they are kind of yellow. So they're probably 4x6 picture things. 4x6. They're glossy. I could do some postcards with that. I could see if they'd work in my printer. Because it is set up for... So that's what these are. It was hard to see that they were glossy. Whole stack of them. I could put my art on there. So I'm going to put those in this big bag just because I don't think I... Well, can I get them back in there? Might be a trick. I'll play with these later, see if I can't do some... I have to refill my eco tanks. I don't want to do much more printing until I put some more ink in my printer. I guess that was worth $1.50 because you can play with that stuff. I'll have them around here. I could do postcards with them, but I don't know if I want to. So there is my thrift haul. We can get some of this fabric back in here. It's a pretty big sack. Might hold all of it. And I am seriously going to have to think long and hard before I buy much more fabric because I'm getting quite a bit for, like I said, I have enough to do journals until the year 2595. If I'm still alive, and I won't be. And I'll get everything in there but the tablecloth, and that'll be just fine with me. But then Pearl, I got a package that'll come from Pearl. She have an invoice. Well, she did invoice me for the first sale, but I asked her to hold it until her second sale. And so she did. So, but I'm going to have a nice little stack of fabric coming from Pearl again. I like to buy things from Pearl because she's so reasonable. You know, she is just totally reasonable with her stuff. All right, where am I going to put it? That's the next story. I think I'll just put it behind me for now. I'll have to jump over it. Now what are we up to? Let me come out and look at chat. Did Lisa come in? Let me refresh chat here. And of course, I always hit the clip thing. Chat filter. Top messages. Chat filter. All messages. And I'm starting from the bottom. Whoops. New pin chat. You can now pin a message to the top of your chat for viewers to read. Well, that, I understood that. Oh, there's Dee Dee. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Barb. Lisa. Welcome, ladies. Yeah, Rain Girl. Cindy, I'm so sorry that you're having problems. I'll check again. I do not think that you're... I did not personally block you. And I have no reason to. Absolutely no reason. And when I checked she messaged me. And I read the message and I went out and checked it and she was blocked. But I know I took her off because I checked and I rechecked and I rechecked 3 times to make sure you were... Because I have a whole big long list of... When we had so many spammers, I had a big long list of people that are blocked out there. But I did find her and I know I deleted her. And I checked it 3 times. But if you're still blocked, I'll go out and check again. And I think you just got in the way of a fat finger, Cindy. Somebody fat fingered you. Well, what happens is chat does not move fast in my stream, but sometimes it does. People are talking, and just when you're going to do something, the screen jumps, and it will display that message with when it jumps, and you hit it at the time that it jumps. And if you hit there, if you're a mod, or even me, if you hit it wrong, then it shows that message And if you accidentally hit, do you want to block this person? And you're thinking, you know, you know, and that's generally how people accidentally get blocked. That I will check it after chat again. Dee Dee's here. Allie K is here. Beth Schuler's here. Lisa popped in. I haven't seen you for a while, Lisa. Welcome in. I stopped by Dee Dee's the other day, and I was stitching on that pocket, and I told Dee Dee I'm up in the balcony stitching, and she said, Meri, I come into your stream, and I'm up in the balcony lot on your stream. But I see Dee Dee in here a lot, and I certainly appreciate it, you know, because Dee Dee, let me tell you what I like about Dee Dee. Let's get my little... Oh, he's pulling... He says, come on, Penelope, come on. Come on, get in the high. She says, you're pulling my pins out, Derwin. He's got these little roses on him, and it catches onto the pins. There we go. What I like about Dee Dee is she's a fairly large channel, but, you know, she comes in and chats with us smaller folks. And I don't see that from a lot of the other. I do see it with Barb Owen. But, you know, a lot of the larger art channels, you know, they don't bother with us. Small folk down here at the bottom of the ladder. But Dee Dee is such a... she's such a friendly soul. And she treats everybody like we're on the same level. So Dee Dee, I'm singing your praises tonight, but I certainly mean that. And of course, you know, Dee Dee, oh, my goodness sakes. Let's don't talk about the Society of Idea Collector or I'll be here all night. Dee Dee inspires me most when she does those Society of Idea Collectors, and she draws and collages. For those of you that like coloring, she colors out of this world that, you know, I'm not a color person with, you know, crayons and pan pastels and all of that. I don't do that, coloring books. But they have coloring books for adults that are, you know, she isn't coloring Mickey Mouse stuff, or, you know, she's coloring. And then she does these collages that are just out of this world. Out of this world. So what, let's see. She was gel printing the other day when I went in there. She said, I haven't had my gel plate out for, what was it, 11 years? Sounds like me, Dee Dee. Well, she cut hers up and ordered her new one. I'm not there. And I got the biggest kick because, oh, what's her name? Oh, escapes me now. You know, the little girl that sells stencils with PM Artist Studio. Why isn't I can't think of her name? Yolanda is her real name. Yolanda? Wait, let me go down there. You guys are probably telling me. Dee Dee is the best because she puts up with me, Angie says. But anyway, she was getting all sorts of advice. What's her name? Mariah? Who's the other one, though? Oh, Yolanda. What is her name? Her art name. Her art ID name. I want to say Artidar, but it's not Artidar. It's another name. I just can't. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I'm not pulling it out of my... Devon Rex. Yes, Devon was giving Dee Dee hints and helps while she was jelly printing. I did watch that. I enjoyed watching you jelly print, Dee Dee. And Dee Dee pulled this print. She says, oh, I'm keeping this one. And then she says, no, I should send this to Devon. All right, Lisa. Lisa said, I'll be right back. Hi, Teresa. Welcome in. Teresa says, I think everyone is just great. Most don't come into my stream, but I still love to watch others. I know, Teresa, and I am guilty lately of not getting to streams. I did watch Dee Dee the other day, but I've been missing Beth. I mean, I've been missing Beth, but I've been missing Becky. And Becky is somebody I generally watch all the time. And Becky was doing this crochet along, and I'm going, how did I miss it? But I think Becky does some of those things on Monday mornings, and I am zonked out on Monday mornings. I just can't make myself get up. So I think that's how I missed her crochet along. I don't think she's that far along. That she's doing a blanket. I don't know if it's a crib blanket or she's doing like a small blanket. And I might just go back and do like 8-inch squares or something. Teresa says, thank you, Mary. Yeah, Teresa, I have to tell you, I'm horrible about getting into the streams lately. About as horrible as I am about streaming. Teresa says, and the balcony is usually where you'll find me. Yeah, and that's the way it is. And, you know, if you guys aren't chatting, that does not bother me because I know from myself that when I go and watch others, generally I'm listening to you while my hands are busy. And it's hard to chat and stitch at the same time. And very seldom after I stream here, I turn off the lights and kind of clear off the area. And I don't get back in here again until I stream again. Now that's just been in the last year or so. I don't sit here at my desk and do art like I used to when I'm not online. So I sit out in my recliner and I'll tat and I'll do slow stitching out at my recliner. For those of you who just came in, I'm going to show you my pocket. I won't go through my whole book again. But the page this week was a pocket. And I didn't realize there was a whole pocket movement going on among textile artists. And there's even a book, and I ordered the book. K3N was talking about it. And it's kind of like the history of pockets and the history of women. Here's my pocket that I did out of a doily that was covering my in and out basket, and it had 2 holes in it. And she did darning, so I made another hole in it down here. And my darning needs some work. So, but this is a doily, and here's the tatted piece that I was telling Katia that I did, and it just got on the edge here. I did 4. She was talking about if your little tats face the outside, your little Picasso face the outside, and you pull it on the inside here, your pulls get on the inside, then you can do a normal join. But then when you go up to the next one, my tats, and I got it twisted here, but the tats would face the inside, and I've got it twisted. This would really go out on the outside here. Then you have to do a folded join. And I got this far not intentionally, but I understood the concept when I did this, and I did this kind of by accident. I was just tatting. I thought I was going to do a little lace piece, and I got to the 4th one and 5th one and ran out of thread, so I played with it that way. And I did a little tatted butterfly. Now this is size 12 thread. And when I did this, I said, why is it so hard for me to close these true rings? It must be because I'm using a finer thread. I went from a size 10 to a size 12. And it's a butterfly. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's kind of hidden in here. But I was so frustrated. You do the large one, and that didn't close very good. And the second one didn't close very good. And then I said, well, I'm going to have to close these the same way you do a self-closing mock ring. Then I discovered I wasn't doing a true ring. I was doing the the self-closing ring, I hadn't cut it off the ball, and I was working down here instead of up here. So this was not a true, these are not true rings, but they still made a nice butterfly. And then I leave long tails because I do little French knots here for the antenna. And this I got from Wendy at a sale. And this was part of the doily and a bracelet and just fabric. This is a laundry pin. I had to stitch it down, but it's a laundry pin, and I glued a rose on it. And this was an eyelet stitch. This was a piece on a white doily. Not this one, but it was a scrap that I had. And she did an eyelet stitch. K3N did an eyelet stitch, but I used that little eyelet stitch, and then I did a little kind of a star stitch inside of it and put it on a cluster. But it's got a pocket. It's got a pocket, and I'm going to put a little mouse in that pocket because K3N was talking about the little persnickety mouse that examines your back stitch, your inside stitches of your piece. So I'm going to put a little mouse in there. I'm going to put some tatting in there, some coins, maybe a little art piece. Maybe I'll write a letter to you guys, a little letter written to my YouTube viewers in there. And it'll go here. It fits my page, so. And she does a new video. I'm following her 2024, and this is week 18, I think. This piece needs to be tucked in. Right. Keeps falling out. But it's growing. It's growing fat. She does one every week, so we're on week 18, and it's already this fat for me. So I'm not going to bind it until the end of the year, until week 52. And I'll probably need a great big strip. I might have to make 2 volumes out of it, because I knew that if I'd bind it, it would be too fat for its binding. So, your pocket is awesome. Thank you, Lucia. You're working on your pocket? I'd love to see it, Lucia. Post it on Facebook when you get it done. Dee Dee says, Angie, I don't think anyone expects anyone to be at every stream. It's impossible. Isn't it impossible? I'll tell you, it is really impossible. And it's gotten more than impossible for me lately, because I don't know I've gotten into this funk. All I want to do is tat and slow stitch. But then I have household things to do. I've got laundry to do, and got the lawn has to be mowed, and it's going to be a bear to mow that lawn. I'm not going to do it till all the rain, and it's going to rain tonight. It's supposed to have a nice weekend, but it's going to rain Monday, and I'm not going to mow the lawn just to have it rain on Monday and pop out again. And so I'm going to wait till Tuesday or Wednesday to mow that lawn again, and it's going to be a bear to mow. Like I said, I'm going to need a combine. Dee Dee says, I feel like crying, so I am. Oh. She says, love you, friend. Katia says, Mary, the reason why you're having difficulty closing your rings is actually because it's not mercerized thread, but a pearl cotton. Well, that's interesting. I'm using, that's probably true, but I actually was not doing true rings on those. I actually was doing the self-closing mock ring and not realizing it. I thought I was doing true ring, but I kind of was doing what Legia was doing. And I just did, it was last night sometime. And, I was just working away, and all of a sudden I just discovered I wasn't really doing a true ring. Because they weren't closing, and I'm going, these rings aren't closing. And they would close, but they'd pop open again is what was happening. They weren't staying closed. And a true ring, once you pull it and close it, it should stay. Anyway, I think it should. But that's interesting about the mercerized thread. But a pearl cotton. Yeah, I don't have an example of the label, but I'm using, it doesn't say that it's mercerized. I'm using Artiste yarn from Hobby Lobby, and they say on the package that it's Egyptian cotton. So but it doesn't have that twist that Lisbeth thread has. It's not a. It's probably a manufactured in a different way, and I like it. Thank you, Allie K. Mary, see Katia above regarding the true ring. Yeah, I saw that. Katia says, I love listening to Meri talk about her journey in tatting. She gives me so much stuff to cover. Katia says, Meri needs to learn this, so I'm going to teach it in class next week. I understood, Katia, when you talked about the journal. You're going to talk about what we put in the journal, not so much about how to build the journal. And I need to build the journal. I bought some black. I'm going to make mine with black paper. But see, I want to include the 8.5 by 11 handouts. And I guess I'm going to have to fold them. And I guess, you know, I think I'm going to pull this. It's not what I'm going to use. But it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet. And I'll probably fold it like this, just like I'm going to build my journal and pretend that this is black paper. But even if I have a handout that's 8.5 by 11, I'm going to have to fold that handout into fourths. And I'll probably have to build pockets because I want to be able to take it out. But I don't want, you know, I could have a big journal like this. But I prefer smaller journals, just easier to hold on to and handle. The big journals are fine for art journaling, you know, because, you know, you do your art and all of that. But to document my tatting, I prefer a smaller. So I'm still kind of wrestling with how I'm going to add all the class handout stuff. I guess I could fold it into thirds. Say this was my handout, not a page. I could fold it like so, and make the pocket up here and just put it in that way. I kind of like doing that, rather than folding it into fourths. Now I've got a folded sheet of paper. I will have a note card one. Oh, you're going to have a note card journal? Your journal will be 8.5 by 11. I will also have a note card one. Yeah, and see, I have shown before, I don't have it here. It's all out by my recliner. But I just have a little, what I scribble. When you're talking and I'm paying attention to you, I'm not trying to write pretty. And so my class notes are scribbly. I mean, get this down, and then I'll put a square block on there. Go back and review that, and I'll put a note or a question or something I need to go review. And so I want to put my little class journal in my journal. So it will probably be pretty wide as far as by the time we get done. Katia, how long? Hi, Mitzi. Mitzi is in the tatting class. I think Mitzi does shuttle tatting. You're making two styles, yeah. You're going to have an 8.5 by 11 and a note card. I like the idea of doing note cards, but I might slip them in too. No, I don't know. We're out talking tatting. Teresa said, it's nice to see you here, Dee Dee. Isn't it? I appreciate Dee Dee so much. Dee Dee. Angie says, Dee Dee, I ate a grilled cheese sandwich when Meri came on with pickles that wasn't hot. You had a cold grilled cheese sandwich with pickles right before I came on? Oh, Angie. I had a frozen pizza that I did not enjoy. I'm telling you, I can make pizzas better than that, and I'm not an expert. It's good to see Mitzi here. It's good to see Dee Dee here. Let's see. Mitzi says, good evening, Mary, Angie, and Katia and Allie. Angie says, okay, I read that. Mary, see Katia's regarding the true ring. Lucia's here. She says, I love your pocket pouch. I think I'm caught up with you guys. Thank you, Dee Dee. She says, lovely pocket, Mary. Teresa says, I don't stream a lot, Mary, so it doesn't bother me. Aw. Well, I am honestly going back and forth about reducing my morning hours because I'm not making them. I didn't stream at all last week in the morning. And, but then again, I don't want to lose that time. So I'm back and forth. It really kind of depends on how I feel. And I've been so tired this week. I tell you, we've been running around. We've been, you know, with my brother having doctor appointments. And then because my brother does all his, you know, I have to take him and everything. And I can't do my shopping because he's tired and wants to go home. So I have to go back separately to do my shopping. And he went shopping, grocery shopping the other day, but I wanted to stay home and watch. It was one day that, it was on a Wednesday, it wasn't last week, I think it's the week before. I wanted to stay home and watch Becky. So I told him to go, but be careful how you drive. I feel like I gotta be there to backseat drive him. Yeah, and he does pretty good driving. He's a pretty safe driver, but I always tell him when he leaves, I said, you watch out for the other guy because they're not watching out for you. He gets so tired of hearing that. All right, I think I'm caught up. Devin was, Teresa says, and Devin was giving the instructions to Dee Dee. That's unusual to see. Someone else is telling Dee Dee how to art. Well, Dee Dee was following it pretty good, and she was pulling some really pretty prints. But I got a chuckle out of the one that she pulled. Ooh, I'm keeping this one. And then a couple of sentences later, she said, oh, I'm going to send it to Devin. Musical Scrapper Jean used to help me with jelly printing 10 years ago, Dee Dee says. Yeah, I kind of miss Musical Scrapper. I kind of missed her. Lucia says, hi to everyone, I'm back. Family dropped by to get some eggs, so I had to chat with them a while. Well, of course. Of course. Family's important, Lucia. More important than a chat stream. Excuse me, I'm taking a big gulp of water. That pizza, ew. I won't buy it anymore. Usually that Screamin' Pizzeria is pretty good pizza, but lately they must have changed their process or something because it tasted like cardboard. Cheese on cardboard. Ain't happening, Angie. What did Angie says? All I want to do is clean Dee Dee's tools. And Dee Dee says, you keep your hands off my tools, Angie gal. And Lisa's back. Welcome back in, Lisa. Well, I don't feel like doing much. Let's make some clothespins. I had such fun doing those clothespins the other day. And we're going to paint these strips. I'm going to make a bunch of them. And I think I'm going to send some to Darla. I'm making her a postcard. She sent me a clothespin postcard that she made. And I told her I'd make her one, but I'm making scissor ones. So I'm going to paint these. Let me get some wax paper out. Now I noticed that my postcards, my clothespins that I did on the postcards themselves were a little bit too yellow. They blended in with the background. Let me get a piece of wax paper out here. Let's actually do some art tonight. And let's see, it's 9 o'clock, so I'll probably just get these made. But Dee Dee inspired me to someday pull out my jelly plate, but I'm not quite there yet. I got a big jelly plate, but I'm not a Devin Rex. She's a pro at it. Yep, she does beautiful things. And I think I'll paint them this way. And we're not going to paint all of them. Let's do maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And these are cut-offs from when I do the postcards and the doodle. We could have done my little rabbit on my, we'll do that Sunday night, on my doodle deck box. All right, we're going to paint these kind of a tan color. Let's see what I have here. That's red. My browns, greens. Oh, what fell? What did I knock over and spill? Something. Hold on, it all fell under my chair. I can't back up. It's not, it's just paper stuff, but if I back up, I'll run over it. In fact, I have kind of. Hold on. Hold on. Envelopes. And what's this? This is, I think I've run over it a little. Hold on. Crunch, 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 crunch. Hold on, it was that magazine that I get at the, and a Sharpie pen that's probably dry by now. I had a craft-a-lanch here. Hold on. Let me pick stuff up. Okay. I'm done. Now I'm looking for a honey brown. I had a honey brown. That's a light cinnamon. We're going to wrap them. That's an espresso. And this is the honey brown that I wanted. And I got that fan on so my wax paper is blowing. Let me turn my fan because it's gonna turn it a notch because it'll blow my work around. So the espresso I think is going to be too dark. It's either going to be the honey brown or the, I kind of like the cinnamon. The honey brown is almost too yellow for what I want. So, and we're just going to paint these strips. And then I'm going to drop clothespins on them and cut them out. I want to make some little scissors too. I was thinking I'd make ATCs tonight. I'm not going to do the postcards tonight because I'm too tired. I'm just not in the postcard frame of mind tonight. And let's get out I rubbed some paper towels from my brother from the kitchen. I usually buy my own paper towels from in here, but I ran out. And so I told my brother I took a roll, and then I told him we need more paper towels for the kitchen. And he bought some. And so let's just paint these. Well, that's a little dark, but I think it'll dry lighter. And there's just going to be a flat color. Oops. And there might be something on the back. I might try to paint the back. I don't have enough paint on there. And we'll let that dry and then I'll flip it over. And those clothespins that I did on the postcard turned out really cute. And they actually went through the mail fine. Allie K messaged. Allie K got one of them and she said it came through fine. And I sent one to Katia, but I haven't heard whether she's in Canada, so it takes a while. for hers to get to her, if it gets there. Sometimes art stuff doesn't really make it around the world. I've had a lot of trouble, well, not a lot of trouble, I've had trouble with Chris, and she said she knew. And I sent some stuff to Australia or New Zealand, and it got there, but it had been opened. I sent a postcard to Janet Nash, and she got hers, but it takes a little while longer because they're international. Katia says the postcard should take about 3 to 4 weeks to drive there, to arrive there. Yeah, postcards don't drive, Mary. I'll probably have to put some more paint out here, because I'm stealing. I'm stealing from Peter to paint Paul. All right. And I did get a new heat gun, you guys. I think I tried it out the other day, too. I don't know what I did with it. Did I actually use it? I can't remember. I know I had the package out. Maybe I haven't used it yet. Because that was just the week before last. I don't think I used it. I can't remember whether I used it or not. Shouldn't really close this with the... And I kind of use a paintbrush to hold these down while I'm painting them. Well, I thought I had enough on there. Let's rub some of this and put it down there. I put a butterfly on Katia's. It had I drew a denim pocket. It was part of the prompt game, and I did that clothespin, and I did the pocket, and I put a tatted butterfly on it so she could examine my tatting skill. But I did do tree rings on that one. That one had a lot of paint on it. Okay. Let's see what I have here for heat guns. Yeah, I have my cutting tool out here. Should be put away. I have 12 by 12 paper that needs to be put away. I tell you, I don't come back in here. I don't know what I did with that other heat gun. Oh, I haven't opened it yet. Here's my new heat gun. But I'm going to use the old one because I don't want to take the time. I just have to be careful. The old one works, but the cord has a short in it. And Becky's wanting me to throw it out. It looks like Dee Dee's. I'd like to say it works fine, but that's not always the case. It has a short in the cord. Uh-oh. Oh, no, you guys are plugged in. I thought I unplugged you. All right, let's see if I can dry these. And if it's got some white spots in there, that's okay, because they're going to be clothespins anyway. And it's already drying over here. Put this back in the water. It's behaving. The heat gun is behaving tonight. Now, I don't know if I'll get all of these done. I'm only going to do a strip at a time. I get about three out of each strip. Let's turn it over. And I'm going to paint the backs of these because I want them to be little embellishments. And so I want them to be both front and back, but you choose what you want to show. All right, let's get my brush again here. And I don't care for a wet brush, you guys. I just don't, it thins my paint. I don't care for a wet brush. And let's paint this. Whoops. Got extra paint there. And I'm trying to use up my paint. Who was it? I think it was Pearl was selling some paints. Watercolor paint. Gel. She called it watercolor gel. And I think Leah bought a lot of it. Leah happened to be in there when she was selling that. And I'm just going, I can't buy any more paint. I shouldn't be buying any more fabric. I bought this christening. I couldn't resist it. It was a little christening gown, white with the lace, and so sweet. So sweet. I'm 70 years old. I don't have a reason to have a christening gown. Not even for a grandchild. But, well, I could give it to my brother's great-granddaughter. She's just the baby. But I think she'd be even too, she's a month old now. And I think this christening gown is for a newborn because it's tiny. And I got it it's white, and I got it to display over on my white room divider behind me. And once I get this room cleaned up properly, I'll show you guys that room divider because it's getting some really cool things on it. And so you might have a wait. But, and then I bought this Quaker tablecloth, lace tablecloth. I will not be cutting that up. I think it had a stain on it, but that doesn't bother me. I mean, that just means that it was actually used. And it was probably not a big stain. And I could probably get it out, to tell you the truth. And then she had another one that was really nice, another Quaker one. And she was telling you how you could, Quaker tablecloths are supposedly high quality. And she said, you know it's Quaker when you see those real Picasso on the edges. So I will not be cutting that up. I bought it for, and I'm just gonna swish the paint off my brush here. I'm not gonna try to save any paint. All right, heat gun alert. I want to get this to a point to where, oh yeah, I knocked you guys out this time. I really did unplug you. Can't see. I can't see down here. Where's my heat gun? Oh. Where'd it go off to? Oh, I see it. It's here. And then I bought all sorts of fabric from Pearl. And I bought some stuff from Wendy. Wendy didn't have as much fabric for sale, but she had other things for sale that I enjoyed seeing. I think I don't need that anymore. And once these get dry, this will go pretty fast. Now I'm going to draw the snap. I'm not going to do the round head ones. I'm going to do the snap ones, but they won't open and close. They'll just be a flat clothespin. I should show you one. And it really doesn't matter if these aren't perfect. They're more of a darker brown, I think, than you guys are seeing. The light from my camera really hits these, makes things look lighter than they are. It's really more of a darker brown. But that's okay too. It's a little wet in here. Dee Dee says, I don't know Darla. New one to me. Darla Phillips? Hi, Darla. What is Meri making? I'm making those clothespins, Darla. Let me show you one. You've seen them. Darla's seen them. They're new to Dee Dee. Let me show you the clothespin. Darla did a clothespin postcard and sent it to me. I might send you a couple of these in an envelope, Darla. Because I'm going to send you a scissors postcard. Where are my scissors? Well, here are my postcards. This is the quilting one. This is the one I sent back to myself. And it's got stitching underneath of it. It has pattern paper. But it was a stitched piece. Postcard. See, the stitching is down there at the bottom. And this is one I did in February, and these are ones I send back to myself, and I actually cut out. I cut a little heart there, and I cut a window. It goes like this. And this was actually inspired from Diane Fago, Pecker Dye. She had a piece in Somerset Magazine that I was doing this prompt game from, and this was one of Pecker Dye's. This was on one of her pages. This one came from Becky. This is one I did last year sometime. This was one I did in, so the date, June 15th of 2022. This was done this year. There's kids climbing on a monkey bar. These are ones I send back. This one come from Legia this year. Here's the little dollar horse. And I'm looking for the clothespin. Photograph. Mushroom. This is a Becky one, Joy. Here's a clothespin one. These are what I'm making tonight, clothespins. And then I wrap some fabric around it. And I don't know what I did with yours. What did I do with Darla's? Oh, here it is. See, she made a little tiny clothespin. It's so cute. It's so cute. Those are the most recent ones. And this one I did a long time. This one I did in January of 2024. And this is a Christmas card. But I am in the process, and I'm not motivated to do postcards tonight. I've already had the giveaway. Lisa, if you're still in here, you're going to get one of these. I did 4 of these. This one's coming back to me because it's kind of my experimental one. But I've got the scissors in progress here for the others. They're all cut out. I need to glue them together and put them on, but I'm just not motivated tonight. So I'm going to pick these up, and looks like some of them, it looks like paint's coming off of the edge of this one, but that's okay because I'm going to cut anyway. So let's just peel these off and get rid of this wax paper. I may not use that one. Some of these are a little damp yet. I put a lot of paint on it. Look, this one, I'll have to cut around that. That one's... All right, I'm just going to throw this mess away. And let's get... Where's that piece of paper I folded up? That's not it. Well, I don't want to hunt. I'm not hunting tonight. I like using this. I like using these sheets. Now, I'm going to draw some clothespins on here. And let's get mine out again so I can look at mine, and I'll use it as a sample. So this is what I'm doing right here. And it's pretty simple drawing. I'm going to try this white pencil on there because I'm going to cut around it anyway. And so come down that way, come this way. This is actually pastel chalk got it at the fabric store, I think. So we're going to come this way. And let's see, I put a hole in here. And I'll go back over this. I'll go back over this with ink. I'll cut out those white lines anyway. And then there's a hole in here. And then these start coming down. I may only get 2 on here because these I think are, but it doesn't matter, I got enough. And there'll be fabric wrapped in here, that's why I made that a little wider. All right, let's do another one. I'll do 3 and we'll see how they turn out. What time is it? It's 9:30. I'm leaving at 10 o'clock, you guys, because I have to tell you, I've been really tired lately. I don't sleep good at night. I don't know why. My brother's up and down too, and I usually hear him when he gets up. I might get 3 on here. And these are really cute after you get them all. And this will probably be the back here. They'll probably cut them a little differently. I might repaint the back. We'll see. Probably not, though. Probably not. That's a little more slanty than... It's a pretty simple drawing here. A hole, a line. Nothing really too complicated. Let's cut it. I see that it had wet paint on there yet. All right, it's okay. What did I do with my scissors? I put them back there. We'll do these and see how they turn out. And this is the back. Keep that in mind while I'm doing this. And it really comes flat this way, and then a snippet there, and then into the V, a snippet here, and into the V. And then I think I used my crocodile to make the holes, and that's where it got a little more hard for me. But we'll cut them out first. And I'll do 3, and then we'll see what kind of time I have left. I'll come back and put the holes in a minute. See, that kind of looks like a clothespin. Actually, it looks like a little man dancing. Let me flip this paper over. And we'll put that back up there so you can see it. Cut out the next one. And actually, I was inspired to do these by looking at the Somerset magazine. And I was thinking it'd be fun to go and see what other kinds of things that I could do, like a little water bucket, bucket of flowers, a pail of flowers, little gardening tools might be fun to do, little silverware things, make some little embellishments, ink pens, and just things that you'd probably buy at the store for $6 for a package. And stock up for next year. But I was thinking, I like to make these little scissors. And I thought they would be fun to make some little scissors that open and close. I like to make them quite a bit. And I've done those in the past. Lucia knows about that because I was making them, what was it, a couple years ago. It's probably several years ago. And Lucia's grandson was watching. Cameron, I think was his name. Cameron? And he made a pair. I'm so proud of him. He made a pair of my scissors. Says, I can do that. One more. And let's see, this is that's actually the top, so I can cut it across this way. Cut a V. You know, you could do all sorts of little things, do little needle cases. And I'm saving my empty needle cases, you know, the little narrow things that after I take my needles out, after I get done with it, I'm saving those. I've got an idea for those. And let's cut this one here. Kind of come at a slant and go in and at a slant. And go in. So now I've got 3. Now I need to poke the holes. And I was using this big guy. Was I using this one? No, I think I was using the other one, but I don't know what I did with it. We'll use this one. The big one is here. Yeah, no. That's the puncher thing. Yeah, that's the big one here. So I think I can see this one better. I was using the handheld. And just kind of put that in there. And I'm going to have to mark it more so I can see it. Once it gets in there, the lighting, my jiggly finger. That's pretty good. It's a little off. Oh, it's way off. So that's a no-no. I'll do another one. We might only get 2 tonight. It's kind of hard for me to see where that thing is going. Now, I had it and then I move it. My left hand is kind of shaky and I get it placed and then my left hand wants to jiggle. That's better. I need a wider punch, but I'm going with this tonight. I don't want to hunt stuff up. There we go. That's pretty good. And then I'll outline it. Turn it this way a little more so I can see the light. Oh, that's pretty good. We'll do these two, and if I have time, I'll do a third one. And probably be all I'll get done. There we go. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Put it down here on the floor. And then, let's get my black pen out. These are Sharpies, and I want a black one. And all I do is draw around these. Now that other one that I did over here is lighter, so the black shows up better. But it's not too bad here. And it's more or less just shadow. And it really needs a white line there, a silver line. No, I'm not going to worry about it tonight because I'm just playing. It's fun to do these little things, do a whole bunch of them and have them for Happy Mail or for cards or ATC. Well, I don't know. ATC might be how long is this? 1, 2, 3, 3.5. This one's 3.5. That one's 3 3/4. 3 3 3/4. I'd have to cut them down if I was gonna put them on postcard. Probably what I'll do with them. But the thing about collaging stuff on postcards, you have to make sure, especially this is watercolor paper, 140 pounds, so you kind of have to make sure that things are glued down really good, because they'll get caught in the postal machines if you don't. All right, now on this one I just put a line here, but I don't know how much it's going to show up on here. I guess it shows a little, and you're seeing it much lighter. I probably should zoom in a little. Let me zoom in so you guys can see a little better. Oh, I get my white glazing pen out. Let's move this over so you can see this one. Let's put it this way. There. Let's get my white glazing pen out. I like the glazing pens. Becky got me started on those. I've almost used one of my black ones. I've got 2 black ones. I've got them in my cart at Amazon. And I maybe used about half of that white. I'm going to try to do this piece here in white. I might do the whole thing again in white. And it will show up later. It's glazing, but it takes a while for that glaze to reappear on here. And I can see it going on there. But as it dries, it turns white. And you'll see that. It's magic. Now it's starting to turn. I hope I'm getting enough on there. I see it. It's coming out. I can see it coming out. It just takes a while for it to appear. I'm going to set it aside and let it dry. And I don't know, I think my other white pens are pretty well wiped out. This is a Sakura Jelly Roll. And it's pretty wiped out. Where's that one I threw over here? Let's draw on the back of it. This is the one that has the hole that's off center. I didn't like it. See, it's starting to turn white there. It's starting to turn white. Not sure I'm liking it. I actually think I like the chalk the best. The chalk pencil, I think it's doing my best job here for white. And it doesn't rub off too bad. This is my good one. No, that's the one that's off center. Let's put it back over there. Let's do this one. I actually think this one's turning white. See, it just takes time for it to dry. It's good enough for what I'm doing. I tell you, I like my little fine liner best of all. Then I like the Bic whiteout pens that stink. And then probably the Pentel, the white, what is it? It's a Pentel white. And then I like these glazing pens, but now the white, you have to wait for it to dry for it to show up. The black goes on there really smooth. I don't know why the white just takes some time. It has to do its magic. But I have to tell you, I like this chalk pen just as well. I have more control with it because I can see where I'm going, sort of. All right, we're going to call that good. I didn't outline, I outlined this one in black. I'm going to see if I can't go over this with chalk. It doesn't look, well, kind of. I just kind of want to get a nice outline there. All right, 2 clothespins. And what's really fun is to take fabric, and let me reach in my teddy bear. Let me close this. You need to close up your pens right away so they don't dry out, Mary. I think that's what happened to this Sharpie. And this one I'm keeping out. That one goes back in the barrel. Was that the glazing pen? No, that's the Jelly Roll. What did I do with the glazing pen? It's over here. I need to put it away. All right, hold on. Let me get my teddy bear out. We're going to look for some fabric to put around here. Knock something on the floor here. Hold on. Oh, it was an extra bottle of hand sanitizer. See what I can find here to wrap around those. A couple of strips. Well, let's start with that. And should find something good in here. Some red. That's way too thick, but I'm going to strip it in half. And it got narrower down here, so let's start here. And get out my fine art glitter glue. Here. This is the clothespin that we're making. I did a better job here, and these are kind of narrow, but that's okay. This is just for fun. These aren't going out to anybody, but they'll be in my stash. All right. And so I want it to go this way, right? Or like that. Wrap it around. Get it started here. And since I put these on postcards, I just I just did a couple wraps. And I might bring this one more, like so. Let me get a drink of water. What time is it? It's almost 10 o'clock. I'll wrap the other one. Probably call it a night here. Let me glue this, clip this off and glue it down. I think I'll wrap the other one in a different color just for the fun of it. Now, if you had a whole afternoon, you could make a whole laundry basket of these. And do some round ones too, would be fun. And of course, make the little people out of them. Now, I really prefer this one with the black outlines to the white outlines, but it doesn't hurt to experiment. It doesn't hurt to try different things. I'll leave my glue there. Let's go ahead and this one. I think I should probably outline the back of it too. This is the back of it. Let's go ahead and give it a outline here. I already got a or is that the front and I didn't? Is that the front or the back? That's the back. I'm okay. And of course, the more you do these, the more ideas you'll get to do other things other than clothespins. It's just fun to do this little stuff. I might try doing some other little embellishments just to have them. So let's do what happened to the other one here. I think that's the one that's off. I think it's this narrow one. And I'm just playing here. Put all my white lines on here first. I think this is the back of it. And you see, I'm not being too careful with my lines and stuff. I'm just kind of playing. All right, let's see what the other side looks like. Yeah, the other side, I think I'll call this the back because I have that black on there. I'm going to call this side the front. I think it's much cleaner. All righty, let's see what, I did a red one. Let's do a white one. Oh, this is a salvage. Styles MCS, and then it's got these little numbers on it. Let's see. Is that too wide though? No, I think it'll be fine. So let's glue it on the back. And then I think I'll call it a day. I did a lot of chatting tonight. I showed you my thrift haul. I showed you my progress in slow stitching. We talked about tatting. I didn't really show you any tatting other than what was on my journal. And this should have when I wrap it, it should have these little designs on it. I could kind of cut this a little more, but I don't want to fool with it. And I could bring it up a little more, wrap it up more this way. Kind of want those designs to show. They're showing more on the back than the front. Well, let's see if I can't. I think it's just because of the way I'm wrapping it. There we go. That one shows pretty good. I'll go up. Don't want to cover it up. I don't like this. It's too thick. It's a salvage. I'm going to take it off if I can. I don't like it. I peeled some of the paper off. Let's get a different one. Wanted a lighter one. Hold on. I get my teddy bear out here. See what I have in here. A light one. It's a basket. I've got lighter pieces, but they're not long. Pull out a lace piece. I've got laces, but they're little pieces in here. This is really kind of a snippet jar. What's this? I might be able to get something off of there. Let's try that. I like this too. Put these back in. Keep that out. Hold on. Meri's exploring her scraps here. I got enough to do in those 2 teddy bears to last me for 3 years. I kind of like this, but it's obviously been cut off of a doily. That might be fun to put on there. Start it right there and just kind of wrap it around. It's kind of a shabby thing. Let's do that. If I can go under there. It might be too much. Let's snip this off. And glue it back here. Where did he end? Don't know if that's going to stay, but we're going to find out. This fine art glitter glue is pretty good stuff. I need to refill this bottle. Kind of liking it. Put these back in the teddy bear. And there they are. My 2 clothespins, my art for the night. Let me put these back and then I'll come out and say goodnight to everybody. It's 10 after 10. I'm trying to end at 10 o'clock or pretty close. Good night, Darla. Sweet dreams. I'm going to do some more of these. I might make them a lighter brown. I think the brown's too dark for me. But that's also too light for me. It depends on what you put them on, too. Let me get this stuff out of the way here. I got to reach. And my heat gun cord out of the way. Run over it with my chair. It's probably what gave it the short. I got so little space in my world. I'll put my postcard back with the postcard so that I don't lose it. And Lucia says, I love the salvages on the fabrics. I do too, but that was too thick of a fabric for this little clothespin piece here. It was too big. Hold on, let me put my glue away. Okay, let me look at chat and say goodnight to everybody. Sweet dreams, Darla. Brenda says, I only have 2 grands in Tennessee. This 15-year-old girl and her cousin, my grandson, will graduate at the end of the month. He'll be 19 in September. He's going into the Army in June. Oh, my. Oh, my. That's shadow showing up in here. As I look in the shadow shows up. I might have to kind of tack it down a little if I take a picture of it. Or I might just let the shadow show. Looks like it has 4 legs. Lucia says, I love the salvages on fabric. Some of them have really awesome color and pictures. They do, don't they? Yeah. She says, I have a bunch saved, and I want to make a snippet roll out of them. That's a great idea, Lucia. Lucia says, oh, thanks, Lucia. Brenda says, they do grow up fast. They're talking about grandchildren. Blink, and they're grown people. My oldest would have been 45 in August. They're talking about kids, I guess. Doesn't seem like that long ago that he was born and made me a mom. Aww. Bree, that's awesome. I think she's talking to Brenda. All my grandbabies live in another state now. Aw, hugs, Lucia. Brenda says, she's feeling a bit jealous and neglected. I got a 15-year-old granddaughter who likes to invade my craft stuff and make things. If I'm late getting her or taking her home earlier than planned. Oh, dear. Lucia says, a cute story of Cameron and Meri. He wanted me to go pick him up one Friday night so that he could come over and spend the night. I told him Meri was on and I would pick him up afterwards. I remember that story. And she says, when I picked him up, he asked if I loved Meri more than him. And after that, Lucia, I didn't see so much of you. I remember that story. That is a cute story. Yeah, Lucia was, this is kind of popping off here. I'm going to have to glue it better. I would say to any of you, family first. Well, family second, you first. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health. Take care of your immediate family, your kids and your husband, and, you know, if you're caring for parents. But take care of you first, because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anybody else. You guys all know that. You all know that. But that is a cute story. That's one for the books. That's one for the books. Let's see. Dee Dee said good night. She's long gone. She says she's heading out. Have a good evening, everybody. Joyce, what color are you doing it in? Let's see. What did Joyce say? Joyce, I saw Becky's video where she showed that. It's very nice. I think Joyce is following Becky's crochet along. I like your little clothespin, Darla. It's tiny and it's cute. See, mine aren't all that cool. You know, they're just what they are. I don't pretend that they're all that cool. But once you get a bowl of them, a basket of them or a bowl of them, you know, you can just pick what you want and you'll have a whole bowl of them to pick from. And they'll be all jumbled up. So that's fun to do. I think I'll repaint these a lighter color though, but I'm not going to tonight. I'm going to say goodnight to you. Tomorrow's Saturday, and gosh, I don't know I know Stacy Catitude comes on every Saturday, or every day at 10, so look for her around 10 a.m. Eastern. Friday, Chris K used to come on Saturday. She might still come on Saturday sometime. I had her for the morning, and I think she changed the afternoon, but that's been a while. Art Junkie comes on at 3 p.m. Saturday. That's all I have for Saturday, except for Beth Schuler. Beth is such a constant. She comes on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern. She's easy to remember. So it's after 10, so I'm going to say good night to everybody. Have a great weekend. Go do some art. Take care of yourself. Stay away from the storms. I think we've got some heading for us later, the wee hours of the morning this morning. And then I think we're going to have a good weekend. And then I think we're going to have to watch our weather on Monday morning, because I think it's going to be, Monday is going to be a pretty severe weather day, I think, here. Anyway, that's what Mr. Ryan Howell says. So I'm kind of wanting it over with. I don't like tornadoes. All right, everybody. Good night. Have a great weekend. I will see you Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central. Bye.